What is going on, y'all? Welcome to Joel Friday TV. I am Joel Friday. Welcome to the show. A few announcements before we get started. Hit that like button. Smack it. Lay the smack down on like, subscribe, and share button. Tell your peoples about the show so we get the subscribers up and the message out. Do it now. Help a brother out. As you guys know, we are live Monday through Thursday at 11 a.m. Pacific time on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and punchy.tv. And at any point during the show, what could you guys do? You guys already know the answer. You can call in at 888-775-3773, 888-775-3773, and we could talk about whatever's on your mind. I'm talking about whatever. Anything. Trump, Kamala, the Bible, Jesus, and we can argue about it too. I'm here for it. We can get into it. 888-775-3773. And if for whatever reason you can't call in, but you still have a question or comment, or you just want to support the show, you can go to buymeacoffee.com/JoelFridayTV. The link is in the YouTube description, or go directly to the YouTube live chat. Hit the super chat button there. Send your question or comments right there. I'll read them live on air and as they come in. Amazing stuff. C-Sal already with a super chat out the gate says, I forgive you, Joel. C-Sal is referring to last week. She was in the chat co-signing one of my callers who called into the show by the name of Zenny. And Zenny was talking about how bad Halloween was and his blasphemy the way I'm talking about degeneracy past. And C-Sal was right in the chat agreeing with Zenny, slandering JFTV. No, but it's all good. I forgive you too, C-Sal. We homies. But anyway, thank you, C-Sal, for the super chats. For the super chat. And let me see here. Did I get out the announcements? Oh, we got some stuff we're getting into today. Joel's still ticked about Zenny. Oh, I'm still ticked. Uh-huh. Shout out Instagram chat as well. Zenny's in IG chat. What up, Zenny? CG, shout out. Amazing stuff. Let's get into it. Y'all, guess what? Today's Monday, as you guys know. And tomorrow is the election thing. Bill, is they actually decide the winner, or tomorrow is the last day to vote? That's it. Okay, tomorrow is the last day to vote. When do they announce? We don't know, huh?
It could be late tomorrow. It could be
next week. It could be late tomorrow or next week. We'll never know, huh? Okay. So the last day to vote is tomorrow, but they ain't gonna tell you when they're gonna tell us who won. Cause I guess they gotta do all the counting and all that stuff. And
if it's overwhelmingly one way, okay.
Oh.
That have all the numbers in, if they have all the numbers in, and they're for one candidate, then they could actually call it.
Oh, okay. So Bill is saying that if it's overwhelmingly one way, then they will make it known a lot sooner than expected. So, but I mean, at this point, even if it is overwhelmingly leaning one way, it would have to be overwhelmingly leaning Kamala for them to announce it right away. If it's overwhelmingly leaning Trump, they're not announcing it right away. I doubt it. But that's just my opinion. But let's get into it because I only got an hour and I got some stuff that I want to share with you guys. I got clips and all that stuff. Like I said, election is tomorrow. If you haven't, I voted over the weekend. Right on. If you haven't voted yet, make sure you get in there and do it. There's probably like a booth on every corner. Make sure you get in there and vote. And make sure you do it. All right. I want to say as well is that the truth is being exposed all across the globe, and it's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. And the light is just being shown. And I'm listening and I'm watching and I'm paying attention to what's going on, and I'm watching, listening, paying attention to myself as well. And I'm watching all these celebrities. Lord have mercy. I'm watching all these celebrities endorse Kamala. And as they're doing that, the whole time I'm thinking like how much they're just losing their credibility. Like they're just losing their credibility. The way they go up there and talk about it, the way they go about it, it's just not a good look for these celebrities. And that's why I say that the truth is being exposed, because people are now getting desperate, right? Their emotions and their anger are being revealed, right? The world is being squeezed right now. Squeezed, right? And in this squeezing process, we're seeing a bunch of people dispersing out in their overreactions, right? And they're making irrational moves, and they're saying irrational things, right? As you squeeze, and the more the world's getting squeezed, the more you see all this stuff flying out. And you're seeing these celebrities coming out and acting up and talking crazy and being angry, and like it's an incredible time. It is an incredible time to have your eyes open and to be paying attention, because you're seeing people's true character being shown right now, y'all. The true character is being shown. I'm talking about the fruit. I'm talking about the real deal is being revealed right now in this time, if you're paying attention. What you weren't sure these celebrities are thinking, what you weren't sure the way they were living their lives, they're showing it right now, and they ain't ashamed to do it. And I got little clips to show you to back it up. So I put together a little compilation. This is from YouTube. Hopefully YouTube is on my side today and lets me play all of this through, because I don't know what is copywritten and what is not at this point. So I'm hoping that they just like help a brother out. So here's a compilation from YouTube. A compilation of high-profile celebrities endorsing Kamala. I'm gonna do a little pause and play action, maybe. So it's a couple minutes long. Let's get to it.
Climate change is killing the earth and ruining our economy. We need a bold step forward to save our economy, our planet, and ourselves.
Not Leo.
That's why I'm voting for Kamala Harris.
Lord, not Leo. They done got Leo.
We are at the precipice of an incredible shift, the brink of history.
Lord.
I'm not here as a celebrity. I'm not here as a politician. I'm here as a mother. A mother who cares deeply about the world my children and all of our children live in.
Why is she up there lying? Beyonce up there lying. I had to pause on her real quick. Why is Beyonce up there lying? She ain't care about nothing about the children of the society when she was making that dirty music, that slutty music. And Beyonce has some pretty nice, decent songs. So when she started doing the slutty stuff, I was shocked. Well, I wasn't shocked. But I was like, wow. But how come she ain't think about the children and she's up there as a mother when she's making all this hoish music? I'm wondering. All this dirty music, how come she wasn't thinking about the children of society today then? Anyway.
Too many people think women can't lead just because they haven't seen enough of it. When our kids look around their classrooms at the pictures of presidents on the wall, every single one is a man. One black guy. No wonder it's hard for many to imagine a female president. They've never seen one.
And if you don't, Lord, Alicia Keys. Alicia Keys always been kind of manly. She made kind of semi-good music too, though. But she always been kind of rough, manly. And just keep in mind when she's making comments like that, while there's men in the crowd just sitting there, and she's saying stuff like, when you look in your classroom, you look around and you only see men, no women. That's an attack on men. That's her saying that she don't appreciate what men have done, and that she would rather see a woman. And also she made a little racial comment in there saying, oh, and not one, on only one black man, which is undertone saying, I don't like whites and I don't like men. So we need a woman president. It's just that feminist type of thing. So there's another celebrity exposing themselves. Here we go.
I also think that people shouldn't be afraid to express their opinions. And I don't think anyone wants an America where people are worried about retribution or what people will do if you make your opinion known. I think Vice President Harris supports a future for this country where these freedoms and many others will be protected and upheld.
Are we ready to
Lord Eminem, let me skip Eminem.
make history? Are we ready to make history? Are we ready to change these 4 years? No. Are we ready to change the next 8 years? Because we're going to make sure we have Kamala Harris in office for 8 years.
You want Kamala gonna tell me that she want Cardi B to endorse her? Cardi B is who you want to put on the stage so the children in the online and on TV watching you are gonna be like, yeah, we love Cardi, we proud of Cardi. This is who you're proud of to endorse the Democratic Party. Cardi B, this is not by accident, y'all. This is not by accident. This is the examples that they are okay with setting for the children. Everybody know what Cardi B on. Degenerate music, promoting degeneracy. And this is who Kamala agreed to have her up on stage to endorse so she can get the vote. All right.
I am Puerto Rican. Soy Boricua carajo. And yes, I was born here, and we are Americans. I am a mother. I am a sister. I am an actor and an entertainer, and I like Hollywood endings. I like when the good guy, or in this case, the good girl wins.
Lord have mercy. All an act. J-Lo just up there acting, crying, just crying. Listen, all of those celebrities, and there's many more that have a, Usher was up there. There's many actors up there. All these celebrities you just seen right there, degenerates. All of them emotional. All of them a mess. And those are the people that Kamala Harris brought up to represent as endorsements for her presidency. That should just tell you. She had no shame of bringing those people up there. When all your kids listen to all their music and stuff, degenerate music, and she had no shame in doing it. That's the Democratic Party. That's Kamala Harris. Degenerate celebrity. And they're coming out thinking that this is cute. And it just make people well, you thought that was bad. Let me show you something else. Lord have mercy. Let me show you something else. I got more. You guys want to see something that's like gross, like cringy, if I could use the word cringe, this is the perfect time to use cringe-worthy video that I'm about to show you guys. Do you guys want to see it? Do you guys want to see a bunch of beta males? And a few women in there too. That is almost like crazy to watch. You guys ready? This is from Instagram. Here is where Marvel actors get on a video call to endorse Kamala Harris. Lord.
Hi, you guys. Hi, Avengers.
Hey,
Thanks for
Scarlett.
jumping on the call.
Whoa. I think you mean assembling. I said assembling. Don, that's pretty good. No, they thought it was funny.
Scarlett, it is our pleasure to come together and to get the vote out this election. Come on.
Yeah, how can we be of service?
Well, how about we start with what our voting plans are going to be, who we're going to bring to the polls with us, that sort of thing.
I think Kamala Harris needs a catchphrase.
Ooh, yes, definitely a catchphrase.
How about this? I'm just off the top of my head. I can do this all day.
Shut up.
I hate it. Okay.
I mean, it's original, but
What about something punchier like,
Ooh, boom. You looking for this?
Iron Man 2, everybody loved it.
okay, again, I think we're just trying to get out the vote.
Kamala forever.
That's better.
Okay, how about I'm down with democracy? It's just clean, it's simple.
Okay, I like that.
It's hard to argue with that.
Kamala Harris down with democracy.
Oh, yeah. I'm Kamala Harris, and I say down with democracy.
I don't know if that sounds the way we want it to sound, though.
I think we just need, can we get some production though?
Jarvis?
My name's not Jarvis, but whatever.
Oh yeah, that's right. Down with democracy.
Down with democracy.
Is that what we mean, though?
Yeah, together we're gonna tear down democracy.
Will you stop playing heroic music under yourselves?
I'm Kamala Harris, and I am down with democracy. Did I sound enough like her?
Oh my goodness. Beta, all those guys up in there, just beta male. Sounding crazy, those guys. Chris Evans, come on, man. He got a couple good movies. And how do you just not even ashamed to say, let those words come out your mouth? It's like you don't even care about your own manhood by behaving like that. And this is how these people, that's why I said the truth is coming to light, because you're seeing the behaviors and the character of these people, how they really feel, and you never knew what they were really about. But now, because of all that's going on in the world and in politics, you're seeing it. These people are not it, not the standard, not the examples that the world set them out to be. These actors and celebrities are more worse off in their own personal lives than you. And they're influencing people with their popularity to go vote, I guess, but the people who are listening to them are just as crazy too. Like, I ain't never seen something so crazy like that. And it is shocking to see it on these celebrities, because in my mind, I just think that, like, these people who are so talented and so good at what they do that maybe they might have some decency in there, but no. No. Beta. As beta as they can get. Iron Man. What the? Eminem. What the? Leonardo DiCaprio. Come on, bro. And no shame letting it come out his lips. Manhood gone. Manhood gone. It's crazy stuff. It's crazy stuff. You know, and it made me think about it. And then I'm going to get to some calls. I'll get to your calls in a second here. 888-775-3773. 888-775-3773. If you want to get in on the conversation or you have something to say about what's going on in the world today, then you can call in and we can get into it. There are some lines still open. Lord, I'm just telling you, the truth is being exposed, and all that you thought was good, all that was glitter and gold, all that seemed right wasn't, and it's being exposed now, and it's a beautiful thing. Keep your eyes open. Because remember, not everybody's going to make it to heaven. I'm telling you, this perfect example. Not everybody is who they say they are. Not everybody who they perceive to be. And in case you forgot, let me let the late great, one of the greatest of all time, Mr. Howard Pittman, remind you, rest in peace, remind you that not everybody's going to make it to heaven. And he said this once before. Let me remind you of what he meant. Here we go.
Brother Howard, you talked about you saw a certain amount of people die and enter heaven, but
Yes,
at that
sir.
same time, what was it the Lord showed you about the people that didn't make heaven?
97% didn't make it. I was allowed to see 50 saints that go into heaven. That was sum total of his harvest on the planet Earth for 15 minutes span of time. In that same 15 minutes, 1,900 and more people died. 950 more died. Only 50 out of 2,000 made it, 2.5%. Dovetails with just exactly what he said in Matthew 7. For many will say to me in that day, but Lord, Lord, have we not preached in your name? Have we done many marvelous works in your name? In your name have we done all this work? And he will say, depart from me, and I will knew you, you worker of iniquity. I never knew you. You were never saved.
I never knew you. You were never saved. I never knew you. You were never saved. Ain't everybody going to make it to heaven. And they're going to talk like they got it all together. They're going to talk like they know Jesus. They're going to talk like they know what they're talking about. But they lying. Nothing but lies. They don't really know. They're not really about that life. And for you guys don't know, Howard Pittman, he explains in a long video how he died and went to heaven and hell. And he talks about his experiences of that and what he saw and what God told him and revealed to him in the afterlife during that experience he had. So that's what he was talking about. He said he saw 2,000 people at the gate and only 50 got in. 2,000 people thought they were getting in. Like, I did all the good deeds. I said all the right words. I got up on the podium and said that we need a woman president, and I was up for women's rights, and I did all this stuff. I'm ready to go in. And then God be like, who are you? Never knew you. That's how it is. That's how it's going to be. So don't be fooled. Because these people are lying. They're liars. And they're into this emotional thing and all that stuff. But one last thing I want to say about these celebrities and all these people endorsing Kamala Harris, biggest mistake. These Hollywood people, the biggest mistake that they're doing. For one, they're losing all their credibility, even though most of them are already washed up anyway. Nobody cares about them. But they're losing all their credibility. Big mistake. And for two, if Kamala gets in and things really go down and stuff happens, then those celebrities are going down with her. And I don't think that they know that. I don't think that they know that. When stuff goes down and the country gets worse, if Kamala gets in there, they better hope she doesn't get in there, because they're going straight down with her. All those little celebrities, all the little demons are going to be going right with her. Now, the big mistake for them to do that, because they're not doing it because they believe in what she has to offer or all that stuff. No, it's not about that. These are Hollywood people. These are celebrities. These are people that don't care about what's really going on. They never cared. They never cared. They don't really even know what's going on for the most part. They're just celebrities, and celebrities do what they do. So, but that's okay to me. Let the dead bury the dead. Let them do what they're going to do. Let their house fall underneath them. Because the children of God are going to be all right. Even if Kamala gets in there. The children of God, I'm talking about the children of God, are going to be perfectly fine. They're going to be just A-okay. They'll be all right. Woo-wee. What a time. Santino with the super chat says, the straight and narrow path. That's right, Santino. Stay on a straight and narrow path. And the easiest way to do it, all you got to do, y'all, it ain't that hard. And if you question, are you on the straight and narrow path? And are you gonna be one to get into heaven? All you got to do is just one simple thing, is repent. And that's just being honest with yourself. Be honest with yourself. Be honest. It's that simple. Be honest. Don't be in denial. Don't pretend it doesn't exist. Don't hide from yourself. Be honest. And that is repentance. And salvation is of the heart. Repentance. Honesty. That is salvation. Not these nice words and going up on stage saying nice things and donating to charity. I'm not saying those things aren't good, but I'm saying that is not what makes you saved. That is not what makes you saved. So, anyway. Let me get to some calls. Lord have mercy. And then I'll get to some super chats, and I got something else I want to tell you guys. We getting into it. Let me go to C-Sal to Texas. C-Sal, welcome to the show. You're on the air. Lord have mercy. Here we go.
Well, thank you so much for taking my call, Joel. I mean that today more than ever before.
Right on.
And Joel, what I meant on Thursday when you were, I think Zenny could have called and been a lot more loving and peaceful. He sounded angry.
Oh,
right?
yeah, he was acting up. He was acting up.
I could be wrong. I could be judging him, and I could be all in my thoughts and in my feelings. He sounded okay. So, so I agree.
Let me just really quick save that. Let me just update the people who don't know what we're talking about on the full story. Right. So on Thursday, some of you guys, if you don't know, Zenny called in and disagreed with my takes on Halloween being not so bad as a holiday to celebrate. If you're just having fun, you keep it innocent and light, then it's okay. It doesn't have to be demonic. Zenny felt an opposite way and says that it's a demonic holiday, and he kind of got real passionate with me, and he was telling me that I'm worshiping the devil by doing this kind of stuff in some other words. And then C-Sal was in the chat, who's on the phone right now, agreeing with Zenny, co-signing Zenny, and saying the same thing, and being a little pit bull, and blah, 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 blah. So now she's on the phone trying to explain it. Go ahead, C-Sal.
Okay, real quick. 2 Corinthians 6 says, "What fellowship has righteousness with lawlessness? And what communion has light with darkness? And what accord has Christ with Belial? Or what part has a believer with an unbeliever?" And then the author quotes, "Come out from among them and be separate, says the Lord. Do not touch what is unclean." Anyway, Joel, all I'm saying is the way I was raised culturally, Mexicans, they're party people. They get drunk every single weekend. That's normal.
Yeah.
So for a Christian to really be walking the straight and narrow in at least how the way I was raised, it wasn't you couldn't, a little bit of trick or treating or a little bit of alcohol. It was none at all. So that's how I was raised, because there's so much, what's the word? There's so much, sinfulness in our culture, and we see it as okay. So I guess the Christians, where I was raised, they had to go extra hard. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. And
so,
no, go ahead. Finish your point.
So that's it. That's where I'm coming from. I'm not judging you or anybody else. I don't agree with it. I think it's not the wise Christian thing to do, but I'm not going to be handing out Bibles to the little kids when they're trick-or-treating on October 31st.
So, okay. So let me ask. So, you think that, Halloween should not be celebrated from a biblical stance, because if you give into it a little bit, you're just as bad as they are, type of thing?
Not just as bad as they are, but you're creating habits, and I'm teaching our children what is okay. And if I give in a little bit when they're old, you can believe that they're gonna give in even more. So that's the way I see it. And you took the words out of my mouth when you said whether Kamala or whoever wins. You took the words right out of my mouth. Children of God are going to be okay no matter what.
Yeah.
Wherever we are. God's got us. God always has our backs.
No, 100%. And I want to ask really quick, because I know your phone's about to cut off at any point. But when do you think that Halloween or any other holiday can be celebrated in an innocent way and it be okay? Or do you think that even in the innocent way in certain holidays, it's sinful?
So I'm sure that the little children are innocent and they don't know what they're doing. And there's a verse that says, "My people perish because of lack of knowledge." So yeah, you can be innocent and not, even grown-ups cannot know what they're doing, right? They're doing because they're not knowledgeable. They don't know. That does not mean that you don't open spiritual doors for demonic entities to come into your life, into your mind, into your spirit, into your home, because of the things that in the Bible it was very clear. God told the Hebrews, don't touch any of their stuff. Don't touch any of the pagans, either money or clothing or anything. And I think those things, people can think I'm crazy or whatever, but I think those things still apply to us today. The things that we touch, the books that we have in our homes, we have to be super, super careful, because those are all portals, and those are all things that invite demons into our lives for sure.
I understand that. I understand that point that you're making with you just don't want to. You just want to be careful of what you allow in and what you don't. And each parent has the right to allow their children to do certain things or not do certain things. So I get that too. Mainly and I'm not disagreeing with you on what you just said, but mainly my thing is that we take things a little bit too serious. Now, you may be right in that at the origins of Halloween, it may not be proper to even play with or mess around with. But I don't think that it has to be as demonic and crazy and sinful as Zenny was leading on, to where now we must avoid it, because if we don't, then we're demons too. Like, I don't think it has to be like that. If it is wrong, like what you're saying, the pagan stuff, which you could be right about that, then I feel like that should just be revealed naturally as you are aware of yourself and understand. But not to be demonized as evil and all this stuff, because then that makes people, it just gets judgmental. It gets weird, hateful. Is my point.
Right. And like Jesse, something that I've always agreed with Jesse when he says this is, don't take my word for it. Let God lead you. Let God show you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just have the open heart. God, you tell me if this is evil or not, and God will always show you if you're genuine in your heart.
Yeah, I agree. Well, right on, Cecil. I guess we still friends.
I guess. Anyway, thanks, Joel.
I appreciate it, Cecil. Thanks. Call me again.
Okay, bye.
Nice. See, Zenny? See how nice? Nah, I'm playing. No, I don't mind Zenny calling in and doing his thing. So I'm not telling Zenny he can't, or anybody, you can't call in and get it off your chest or whatever the case is, or you got to be nice and sweet. No. You do you. But you were wilding out, man. Oh, you were wilding. But anyway, let's keep the calls moving. Let me see. Oh, God knows your heart. It's very true. God knows your heart. So just because, let's just say you're ignorant about the Halloween thing, right? Let's just say Halloween is demonic. And you're ignorant about it and you're just celebrating because you're having fun or whatever. God knows your heart and he's not judging you as this sinful sinner that's playing with the demon spirits of Halloween. He's not looking at it like that, honestly. And if you shouldn't do it, you shouldn't be with it, and you don't want your kids to be doing it, then that'll be shown, that'll be revealed. But it won't be revealed just because somebody says that it's demonic and you're evil if you celebrate Halloween. No, that's not how God operates. God operates in understanding, not judgment and that weird stuff that the Bible thumpers be doing. That's not love, and that's not how God operates. So, let's keep it moving. Calls gotta go. Let's go to HB, first time caller out of Washington, D.C. HB, what's going on?
What's good, Joel? How are you?
All is well. How are you doing?
I'm all right.
Right on.
So I got to say, shout out to Cecil on the call.
Right on.
But and a special shout out to Zenny.
Shout
who
out
I
Zenny.
agree with. Yeah. And just so the chat knows, HB stands for He Black.
He Black.
But and a special shout out to Zenny because I think you guys are looking at this issue from two different vantage points. You know, it's like Zenny's looking at it from the perspective of, you know, somebody who has spent an extended period of time as like a Christian and knows right from wrong, and as a result abstains from certain things because instead of, you know, drinking the milk as the Bible says, he's now moved on to solid food. But for you, it seems as though you're looking at it from the vantage point of, you know, what's so wrong with it? If it is wrong, I'm going to figure that out on my own. So, you know, I should have the liberty to go out and figure out what's right from wrong.
Yeah.
And if I am in God, then God is going to protect me and God is going to show me, and I'll learn that on my own, which is interesting because, you know, that's a conversation that is actually had in the Bible between a lot of different Christians where, you know, Peter and Paul had their kind of dispute where Peter was looking at it from the perspective of, you know, Judaizing new converts, but Paul was saying, well, the whole point of the religion, the whole point of Christianity, the whole point of Jesus Christ was to bring us into an existence that isn't bound by the law.
Yeah.
It is justified by faith and by grace in that faith.
Wait, who said that?
So,
that's so true. Who said that?
That's Paul.
Oh, okay. Shout out, Paul.
And so, you know, it's really interesting because the dynamic is like, you know, Zenny's kind of like Peter, where he's like, well, what about this? What about that?
Yeah.
And you're kind of like Paul, where you're like, well, actually, it's supposed to be this and that. And you're both right, you know, because Christ didn't come to abolish the law. He came to fulfill the law and to have us justified in the law by having faith in him. And so from the perspective of certain things not being done as a result of us having the Spirit, like James says, and James it says that, faith without works is dead. If you have the Spirit, then basically you'll do the works of the Spirit. Jesus also says this to the Pharisees. Yeah, that whole conversation is part and parcel of what you guys are talking about. So where I stand on the issue is I look at it in the sense that if you are a Christian and you go out, you can, kind of move and do whatever you would normally do on Halloween. That doesn't affect you. But, if you do find yourself like partaking in the ceremony with these people in the same spirit as these people, then that's where you're wrong. And because Christians are supposed to abstain from things that tempt them, I would advise against even putting yourself in that kind of a situation if you know that you have that sort of tendency,
And what sort of tendency do you mean exactly?
So let's say, you know that you are tempted in certain ways. For some guys it's girls, or some people it's like alcohol, some people it's like food, whatever it is. You're supposed to defend yourself against that. You're supposed to set up a bulwark against that. So you're not going to go and throw a steak at a lion and say, well, the lion shouldn't eat the steak or whatever.
Well, see, the thing is that I understand what you're saying. Now, the thing is and the way you're explaining it and laying it out is very clear. So I appreciate you making that clear. But my thing is that what happens is with these Bible thumpers is they demonize everything. And what they're doing is what happens is, and I used to do this is why I understand it, is you think that you know right and wrong. And you make everything so serious. And the reason why it's serious is because you're making sense of this stuff with your anger. And Bible thumpers think that it's righteous to be angry or to feel this false conviction to now go and tell people that they're being demonic. There's not everything is a blanket of demonic activity. Like, let's just say.
Go ahead. I have so much to say at this point, but go ahead.
But I was going to say, let's just say something like Halloween. It doesn't have to be demonized, but it's demonized because in your mind, you already have this judgment as Halloween as bad. So in your mind, it's bad, 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 bad. So anybody that does this, according to your judgment, you look at them as bad too. Bad, 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 bad judgment. Yeah. But that's not how it is. You just that's your right and your quote unquote wrong that you're making up in your head. But go ahead.
That's very interesting. Because, all right. So I'll address the point that you made just now. I do think that there is nuance in Christianity, if I may say that, where things that may seem explicitly out of character for a Christian to do that you see one doing could be interpreted the wrong way if you're not looking at it with, the eyes of Elisha, if you will, where it's like the Holy Spirit is showing you exactly what the truth of the situation is. Yeah. And, that's interesting because, in the Bible, obviously you have the dispute between Christ and the Pharisees. And the Pharisees were basically accusing Christ of breaking all sorts of different laws and being effectively the most blasphemous person they've ever encountered. But in reality, Christ was fulfilling all of the different, prophecies and commands of the Old Testament, but they couldn't see that. So I understand your distinction in that respect. But from what I saw and listened to during the conversation, it seemed as though Zenny was taking issue with your encouragement of it. He was saying that we shouldn't be encouraging it. We should be saying that, this is what it is and this is what it's not. But I'll say this and then I guess we can go because I don't want to take too much time. But the history of Halloween in the church is actually really interesting because I do believe it started off as a pagan holiday, and then as the Catholics and their kind of reign over Europe expanded, they ended up almost like standardizing it as a part of the Catholic Church, and the Protestants reacted to it by the cessation and then moving away from the Catholic Church and creating their own traditions. And so Halloween has really been demonized by the Protestants, but if you ever talk to a Catholic, they'll be like, yeah, Halloween is based in Christian. So really, I think it goes back to what Hake said, where you have that verse by Paul, where Paul is talking about Christ being the creator of all things, and as a result, even if somebody is sacrificing, let's say, a cow to an idol, you can still eat the meat because you're not recognizing the God who it's being sacrificed to, but you're understanding that Christ is the author of all creation, and so you're eating with accordance to that spirit.
Yes.
But then it also continues to say that if your actions offend your brother, then you should obviously reconcile with your brother, but you should abstain from those behaviors as well. So that's the nuance in Christianity. You have to be aware of what's going on and who's around you and how to behave. But that's all I wanted to say.
I appreciate it, He Black, and call me again, man. I appreciate the point you're making on this.
Can I make one more comment?
Yes, go ahead.
Kamala Harris is dry Indian brisket.
There you go. There you go. Well, I'm gonna respond to. All right, fair enough. Okay, look, I'm gonna just say this, and I'm gonna get to the rest of the calls and the super chats. On my point of view, and this is gonna encompass exactly what I believe. Okay, is yes, there are things that are not advantageous, right, for you to do, that they don't bear fruit, right? But it doesn't make them evil or demonic. Now, there are things that are evil and demonic that we should avoid, right? But they're not evil and demonic in themselves that can corrupt you, right? It's how they enter inside of you is how they actually have the power. But in themselves, they have zero power. This is the point that I'm trying to make. He Black just said in the Bible, and it does say, is that nothing is unclean. And Jesus or whoever in the Bible is referring to it as food, right? There is nothing that is unclean. And it is only unclean, I'm paraphrasing here, it is only unclean is when you eat it and it causes your brother to stumble because your brother in his own mind believes that it is unclean, right? So you should not eat it in the presence of your brother because it makes your brother stumble. But nothing in itself is unclean because Jesus came back and restored all things. So no matter what you eat and no matter what you do or no matter these things in life, them in themselves are not unclean. It's how it attaches to you. It's how you interpret these things. It's how it affects you. So if I eat a slice of pizza, there's many people who would say, what would we call them? Health thumpers that would say, I'm defiling my body and I'm doing all these things. But nothing is unclean except by way of thought, by way of mind. Nothing is unclean. It may not be the best thing for my fitness. It may not be the best thing for my health, but I'm not going to hell for it. Because God came back and restored all things. And that's not an excuse to do all things. It's not an excuse to do all things, but it's not as demonic and possessive and all these things as you think it is if you are of God. Can they be? Can these things tempt you? Can it mess with your mind? Can it mess with your body? Yes. But it's not the food itself that's doing that. It's Satan in the mind that you have to worry about. Pizza is not the enemy. Halloween is not the enemy. Satan is the enemy. So I'm just saying that we need not to demonize things. Because in the Bible it also says, Jesus, remember, the Pharisees were thumping, and the Pharisees were like, no. It says not to heal on the Sabbath. Don't heal on the Sabbath, following these laws, right? Following these laws. And Jesus was like, I'm healing on the Sabbath today. I'm doing it because it's the right thing to do. And it wasn't because the Sabbath is unholy. It's because the moment called for it. And that nothing is unclean. So I'm just saying that be careful about what you make up in your mind. If you don't want to celebrate, don't celebrate. It's fine. No big deal. If you don't want to eat pizza, don't eat pizza. It's fine. And you may be better off for not doing it. But you're not going to hell if you do. Okay? That's all I'm saying. He said, Joel healed on Halloween and the Pharisees judged him. Final thought from Joel, do as thou wilt. See, no, Zeddy, you're getting it all out of context, but that's fine. I'm literally eating pizza right now. See Sal eating pizza right now, and she call in and tell me now what to... Pharisee! Anyway, I'm just having fun. Let me continue the calls. Let me go to JC at Arkansas. JC, welcome to the show. You're on the air. A couple minutes left here.
Right, Joel. I got a meeting in 5 minutes myself.
Okay.
First of all, I sent a super chat dealing with the Zenny thing because he don't even believe in Christmas. So,
I'm gonna get to that.
But Beyonce, what slutty things? What slutty songs did Beyonce
What?
make, sir?
All of Lemonade, that album Lemonade was very slutty. And she had a recent song where she had little kids twerking in the video and being very provocative. And she's known to be that. She also has an alter ego called Sasha Fierce, and that sauce whatever it is she tends to get degenerate. So
April 4th, 2008, she got married to Jay-Z. So the things that she's talking about is things that she does to her husband. Are you against married couples doing these things?
That's nobody else's business. Why is that anybody else's business?
And then you say that she don't care about the children. Let's go back to 2011 when she did the Let's Move campaign with Lady Michelle Obama, helping children to become more healthier, sir.
Yeah, Pharisee work. That's just Pharisee work.
Let's talk about in 2001 when she was featured on the Proud Family theme song with her sister promoting black youth and black cartoons.
Pharisee work. That's how I see it.
That's your boy Zenny. That's your boy Zenny.
No, that's Pharisee work because whatever. But go ahead.
You know I'm strong on Beyonce. There's a lot more things I wanted to say. I hate that you didn't vote for Kamala. Read my super chat. I got to head to my meeting.
Okay.
I'll call you
right.
sometime next week.
Fair enough. I appreciate it. I will.
Oh, and Zenny, get more prayer. Be better because...
Lord, he just had to just go off. All right, let me go to the super chats. JC from Little Rock with a donut says, hello, Joel. JC was just who called in, but he did send a donut, and I got to read it. Hey, Joel, how you doing? Zenny was so inappropriate. Okay, I'm skipping that. And fake. Vote for Kamala. She's more for you as a person than Trump is. No calls for me this week. He lied. He just called in. Tell James that, okay. Come on, man. Anyway, thank you, JC, with the donut from Arkansas. Do what you want. Do what you want. I don't care. Listen, I don't care. And maybe that comes off as I'm not a real Christian or something. And that's fine if you believe that. I just don't care. I don't care. If you want to go celebrate Halloween, go celebrate Halloween. If you want to make music that is sexual and stuff like that, I'm fine. There's R&B music that is sensual that I like and I listen to. So if that's what you want to do and you feel like that's fine, then do you. I don't care. My point is, don't pretend like that's not happening though. Be real about the situation, because people will do that and be pretending like they're not. I'm not saying don't do it. I'm saying stop pretending like you're not doing it. Stop hiding your hand. And if you want to do that, listen, I don't care. And it's not up for anybody to try to demonize somebody else and say that I don't hang out with people because they're doing, you don't skip and hold hands with them, but also you respect all people. You respect all people because they have the right to do what they want. I don't care. I don't. I care about my life and working on myself, and hopefully that's good for the people around me. Right? And my family, if I am to have one, and my kids, that should be enough. That's it. I don't want to know if you into abortion or in that stuff. Like, if we talk, I don't need you to tell me you're into abortion. I don't need to know if you are or not. I don't need to know that stuff. I don't care about it. Bye. And people be caring about it too much. That's the problem. People care about this stuff too much. And that's why nobody's getting along. Well, not the only reason. But people just all up in other people's business. Mind your own. And if you don't want the certain people to be around you, that's fine too. That's fine too. I actually like that. Certain people I don't want around in my inner circle either. I agree. Certain people, I don't want you around here. But I don't mean that I gotta, I don't know, be weird about it. But anyway, I gotta end. That was fun. Shout out to the call. Shout out to the super chatters. Shout out to the chats. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Amazing stuff. It's always good. As you guys know, Punchy TV is coming up at 2 p.m. Ooh, we got into some more mess. Lord, we done talked about, all kinds of stuff. So make sure you guys tune in to Punchy TV today at 2 p.m. Go check it out. A new premiere, a new episode with myself and three other fellow co-hosts on the show as well. And we have a special guest. Ooh, make sure you guys go check that out. I'm back here tomorrow for some more stuff. Who knows what we're going to get into? Who knows who's going to call in? Who knows what's going to happen? But we're here for it. Until next time, y'all, I got to end. I got to go. American Anchor Baby at 4 p.m. All right, guys. Bye.